Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome back. In today's video, I'm going to cover game 5 of Smithy's Opening Fundamentals. We have McDonald versus No Name. This game took place in London in 1830. Again, and the quote for today is, when ahead in development, look for ways to cash in. So let's go ahead and go over the game. Again, E4, here the author comments, White was one of the strongest players in the time, pre-Morphy. Here he uncorks a beauty combination. Oh, and he's also playing without one knight, right? So white is without the knight on B1. So next we have E5, knight F3, knight C6, bishop C4, bishop C5, and B4. This is known as the Evans Gambit. Since white is starting down material, it makes sense to sack pawns to open lines and attack. So bishop captures B4, C3. We can see the idea. First, white lured the bishop to B4, and now he will gain time to play C3 and D4 quickly. This is an extremely powerful way to play. Bishop A5, castles, knight F6, and then queen C2. This looks strange, but the queen cannot be attacked, and she protects the E4 pawn. We will also see that this is a useful square for attacking later on. Okay, so let's go ahead and continue. Black castles, bishop A3, white finishes development and does with the tempo. So rook E8 is the next move. Moves the rook out of the way, but now F7 is a bit weaker now. Okay, and here the author comments that D6 blocking the diagonal, reinforcing the center and preparing to develop the final bishop is an excellent option. Okay, and this is a continuation here for this D6 line. Okay, but again, we're gonna stick with rook E8. Now D4, white is down a piece, so he needs to open lines to try to attack. Okay, so this has to be an understanding from both sides, right? Black has to understand that white is what he's doing here, that he's down a piece and he's trying to quickly attack and open up the lines to generate an attack. So now black just has to do the opposite, not take, keep the position close, play solid, develop normally, and at the end when he trades off the pieces, if he doesn't lose any pawns, black will be up a piece. Again, what does black pay? So black could play maybe d5, right? It could be a good idea. Let white take and then just start preparing bishop g4. But again, black plays d5. Conversely, black should try to keep things calm and not open any lines, so the opposite of this move. This is exactly what white wants. And again, an example of playing calm, d6, knight g5, bishop e6. Now d5, bishop captures d5, e captures d5, and knight e7. But again, d5, e captures d5, knight captures d5, d captures d5. Now knight captures c3 is a mistake. Black gets greedy and pinches a pawn. What's more important, material or time? So rook a to d1, bringing his rook in with a tempo. Knight captures d1. Again, this is also sacking the exchange, so you would have to see, visualize and calculate that, yes, this gives up the exchange, but now you're so ahead that you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces into the attack, and you have to attack quickly with these pieces before black develops the rest of the pieces. So rook a to d1, bringing his rook in with tempo. Knight captures d1, rook captures d1. White is fully developed. Black's king side has no defenders. There is no knight on f6. And his queen side is sleeping, okay? So the rook is active, but these pieces are not developed. So now bishop d7, pretty much a passive move. right? But what could be a better move? Maybe a pin, right? To and start taking or something. Maybe bishop e6 to counter this bishop here. But again, this is a passive move, bishop d7. White is fully developed, so we should look for a way to cash in. What's a thematic approach to do that, right? So now this is a position from the thumbnail. Pause the video, find the tactic to win, find the attack that wins, right? White plays bishop captures f7, check. King captures f7. The king is weak, but what is a follow-up? Knight g5 will be perfect, but the queen covers that square. So rook captures d7, check, pulling the queen away from the defense of g5 square. Queen captures d7, now knight g5, king g8, and then queen captures h7, checkmate. Okay, so now if we go back, here you would have to kind of seen all this happen, right? So bishop captures f7, check, king captures f7, rook captures d7, check, queen captures d7, knight g5 check, and then king g8, and then queen captures h7 checkmate. So that is something from this position that white should have visualized and calculated, and also from there you also have to calculate the alternative moves for black. Now here rook captures d7, knight g5, king g8. Right, if queen captures g5, you would also have to calculate for that. Right? So let's go ahead and continue. The finishing thoughts for this game. Once more, we see the few white forces coordinating and taking down the greater but dormant black army. While the tactics are nice, please pay attention to the common error. Black is up material. Black is up material and he tries to win more before finishing development. That is the seed of many defeats. So again, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Make sure you like and subscribe.